At some point, I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you're being a bully. That's what it is. Hey guys, it's Lonnie and I'm back with another video. As you can see, I'm wearing red today because next week is Christmas Eve. As you can see from the title of the video, this is another story time. I feel like story times is what you guys really like, really want out of me. So I'm gonna have to risk being harassed on Instagram because these are just too good not to share. Okay, so honestly, I don't really need much of an introduction, so we're just gonna hurry up and start this story time. Okay, so just for the sake of drama, we're gonna call everyone in this story a different name. Okay, so this story involves a lot of people, but the main person it involves is my ex-best friend, Kayla. So we're gonna do a little backstory on Kayla and me and how we became friends and basically how we fell out. So me and Kayla met in middle school about 6th grade-ish because we were both in the same dance class. I took dance when I was a preteen. Obviously middle school, I took it from like 6th grade up until freshman year because then I switched to cheer. We were in the same dance class. We both did jazz. Because of our dance class and middle school and the fact that we had to see each other like a lot throughout the week, our parents also became really close. So that was like a pro for us because then we always got to see each other and our parents were really close, so we always got to hang out at each other's houses, and our parents even went on vacation together. So we were pretty close. Even though we were close, there was a lot of drama in middle school that this isn't about the middle school drama, and honestly I can't even remember all of the drama. I think the biggest middle school drama we had was a falling out that happened right before the end of 8th grade. It led like our entire friend group to completely split in half, and I was on Kayla's half. Now on to freshman year. I mean, middle school, me and Kayla, we had a lot of issues. Like, we would go back and forth a lot. Like, you know, middle schoolers, it was just a lot of back and forth. We've had immature arguments like that before, just like stupid. I wouldn't have considered our friendship toxic because every friendship in middle school was just terrible. However, freshman year, things started to get a little weird, okay? Okay, so let me also put this out there that I in no way, shape, or form was the perfect friend either. Like, I definitely had some faults in our falling out. I also had parts in our middle school drama and our high school drama, and you know, I was not a perfect friend, okay? Like, we all grow and we all get better, but I'm a changed person now. I know my faults and what I did wrong, and I chose to learn and grow from that experience. Since I'm still being talked about in 2023, I just don't give a fuck anymore. One of our first major arguments, I don't know if it was a first because we did have a lot of arguments, but this is like a significant argument that I remember because it's what hurt me the most. Like, genuinely, I really looked at her a completely different way after this. So I had this friend since 2nd grade, and I'm gonna call her Jessica. Me and Jessica were friends literally, like I said, since 2nd grade. My mom knew her, her mom knew mine. Like, we had sleepovers before. She's been invited to like all of my birthday parties in the past, and it was just a really close friendship. She was like one of my best friends through elementary school and middle school. But we had a falling out in 8th grade. It was a friend that I was not friends with anymore because she was a fake ass. Sorry. We all grow from how we were in the past, but I stopped being friends with this person because at the time she was a fake ass. Jessica stayed friends with her, and I was upset about that. Now, I guess that's a controversial opinion. If your close friend should stay friends with someone you're not friends with anymore. But I feel like for middle school, even the falling out I had with that person, it wasn't that big enough to where I would be like, why are you still friends with her, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, so I stopped being Jessica's friend too. Like I said, I was not a perfect friend. I had faults, and I definitely regretted that in high school because I really missed her a lot. And when we stopped being friends for good, I started hanging out with Kayla full time. Like, that was my best friend right there. Like, that was my ride or die. That was my sister because our parents were so close. Jessica was a more introverted type of friend while I was the extroverted type of friend. Like, she was very quiet to herself. Freshman year, I found out something that really like opened my eyes, and like it really made me want to reconnect with her because I was like, okay, This has been my best friend since I was 6 years old, 6, 7 years old. Like, we watched each other grow up. Our parents watched us grow up. Like, I think that our middle school drama, it was dumb as hell. I'm gonna contact her again, you know? So I contact her again. I write this long essay. It's just a huge apology for the situation. I was holding myself accountable, and I just apologized for the entire thing because it was really fucked up, you guys. It wasn't top tier terrible, but I needed to apologize because I shouldn't have dropped her over something like that, and that's something I still regret to this day. Like, so, you know, I apologized to her, and so she responds back to me and she accepts my apology, and we text back and forth for a little bit. And this was in the morning of school. I invite her to hang out with me and my friend group at lunch, and that friend group consisted of me, Kayla, another girl I'm gonna call Emma, another girl I'm gonna call Ashley, and my best friend Nevaeh. At the time, Nevaeh, Ashley, and Emma, they were not sitting with us. So I was sitting with Kayla, another friend that's a boy that we're gonna call light skin. I was sitting with all of them. We were in the library. I remember this so vividly. So I go out and she texts me that she's here because she was coming to school a little later. And then so I go out and I'm like, oh my god, my best friend, like, hi. And then I hug her. We hug each other so tight, and it felt like so, it felt so sweet and like real, and I honestly miss her a lot. I haven't talked to her in a minute. So we hugged, it felt super real, and I bring her to the friends. And since she was a more introverted type of person, she didn't really talk to them, she didn't know them, but they took her, the way that they took this entire situation was just completely up, okay? This was wrong. I sit her down. We're at this huge table at the library. I sit her down. She sits next to me. Immediately, Kayla and light skin, they look at her, they side eye her, and they're like, you know that look that you give your friend when there's a creepy guy at the club? That's the way they were looking at Jessica. I'm noticing this all, and she's an introverted person. She's also very sweet. She doesn't do anything wrong. Like, she doesn't talk to anyone, so there would be no reason for them not to like her because she never interacted with them in the first place, or anyone that they even know of. So we're at the table and they start side-eyeing her and they start whispering like, and then they start laughing, and so she's on her phone this time, like avoiding it. I can tell that she like notices it because me and my other friend that we're gonna call Molly, she's not in the story time. Molly wasn't really doing anything. She was just there. She was just like, oh, like she was peeping it too. Like, it was some weird shit, you guys. Like, it was giving bully. It was giving very much bully. That's what it was giving. It was giving snake. They're side-eyeing, whispering about her clothes, whispering about the hoodie she's wearing. It makes me mad, like, still talking about it to this day, because you just don't do that, okay? Especially to a girl you know doesn't defend herself. You just don't do that type of shit, okay? That makes you weak. That makes you a weak ass person, okay? That makes you a weak ass. The lunch bell rings and Jessica immediately leaves after light skin and Kayla were quite literally making fun of her to her face. Just not directly. They wouldn't say anything directly, but you could tell that they were talking about her because they were like, she walks out the library. I go after her and I stopped talking to Kayla after that. After that, I was pissed, okay? That was the first time she hung out with us, and she hung out with us for about maybe a week or two after that for lunch, and that's when it was like our regular friend group, like Ashley, Nevaeh, Emma, whatever, and everyone else got along with her. The rest of the girls, they were completely fine with her, but Kayla had a huge problem with her for, I know the reason now, I'm about to get to it, but Kayla had a big problem with her. Every time Jessica would hang out with us at lunch, Kayla would just give her dirty looks, like stare her down and give her the dirtiest looks in existence. At some point, I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you're being a bully. That's what it is. After Jessica is like over our bullshit and stops hanging out with us, I'm done talking to Kayla. I'm like, you need help. I don't talk to her a few days until like later in the week. She catches me about to go in the library, and so she pulls me back and I'm like, don't touch me. First of all, don't touch me. And she's all like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Why are you not talking to me? And I'm just like, you know why I'm not talking to you. What are you talking about? And she's all like, is this about Jessica? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just scared that she's gonna take you away from me, blah blah blah. She was basically apologizing to me for how she was treating Jessica, which you need to apologize to Jessica, not me. She was apologizing and saying that she was jealous because of me and Jessica's friendship, because we go way back, and she was scared that Jessica was gonna replace her. Me and Jessica probably won't even get to that level of close again. It's just your morals. In all honesty, I don't even want to tell this story anymore. So after that, I don't immediately accept her apology in the beginning. So I remember when I went home, she started texting me on Google Hangouts. I know y'all remember Google Hangouts, but she started texting me on Google Hangouts, and then she told her mom, who told my mom, since like I was saying in the past, they were very close. My mom asked me about the situation and I tell her everything. My mom immediately agrees with me, because why the f would you bully someone because you're scared of losing your best friend? Someone who's never done or said anything to you, never been anything but kind and sweet to you, you go ahead and do that shit. Okay, you're a weirdo. Nonetheless, we get over it and we become friends again. She apologizes not to do it anymore. In all honesty, I think we just started being friends again because Jessica stopped hanging out with us. Jessica had her own friends that she started to hang out with, friends that were better than our messy ass friend group. She should have taken me with her. So that was one of our bigger falling outs. Let's fast forward to quarantine. My mom literally did not trust a single person, okay? Truly, it was crazy. I wasn't allowed to see anyone. I honestly get why, because COVID was really serious, but I wasn't allowed to see anyone but her because her parents were the same exact way. They trusted each other and they were very close. Like, I'm telling you guys, we were like a family. We literally spent New Year's together that previous year. This is what really started all of the drama, is a sleepover that we decided to have during the summer. I'm losing my voice talking so much, so I'm sorry for that. But basically, we decided to have this sleepover in 2020. This sleepover, so much went down. She stayed at my house for about 3 days. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and hold myself accountable. I'm a social battery person all the way. Okay, I can be social, but once that battery goes from 100 to 0, like, I'm done. Leave me alone. Let me sit in my bed. Get out my house. This girl likes company. She likes having company over, you know? She's not the type of person to be alone. So this is where we kind of butt heads a little bit, because she was staying at my house for 3 days, and it wasn't that it was a planned 3-day sleepover. It was supposed to be a one-night sleepover, and she just kept staying over for more time, which pissed me off, to say the least, because if I knew it was going to be a 3-day sleepover, I would have prepared myself for the week of the 3-day sleepover and I would have been more fine. But it just kept adding on, and my mom just kept being like, you should spend the night another night. Oh my god, I would love to. Okay, I can't hold my face together or my emotions, so the irritation was truly radiating off my soul by the 3rd day. And she knew that. That's something I need to work on, okay? That's something I need to work on, and I'm still working on, which is why I like being told things ahead of time, so I prepare for it, so I don't give off that energy anymore, because after that situation, I definitely learned my lesson. So at this sleepover, we are talking, okay? This sleepover, we were being messy, all right? We were just going down a rabbit hole of drama, okay? Like, talking about middle school drama, talking about people we aren't friends with anymore, like, just going on about it. We were being little 14-year-old girls, and we were talking a lot. This girl was a yapper, okay? I had some morals. Of course, I had my fair share of words, but she was just going at it on everyone. She was talking about Emma, she was talking about Nevaeh, she was talking about Ashley. It was a whole bunch of shit. It was a long sleepover, and there was an incident where she was also a very mi casa su casa type of friend. I am too, but that's just because I open my house to everyone, and there's no limitations when you're at my house. There's like, okay, you can get that, you can get that, you can get that. So then when I'm at other people's house, I'm like the same way. I'm like, oh, can I have this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really shy, because when I invite people over to my house, I kind of just it's free range, really. My parents don't care, I don't care. Like, my house is their house. They sleep in my bed, we sleep in the same bed together. Like, we're basically sisters. Anyone who I invite to my house, you'll know that we're basically sisters. We can sleep on the same bed. They can use my makeup, like, I use my soap in the shower, like, I'll provide you like, I don't care, it doesn't matter. But she was taking it to the extreme. There's different levels of mikasa sukasa and just straight not being respectful of other people's belongings, because that's one thing I am. She ended up telling me that while I was asleep, sometimes in the middle of the night, she would get up and go downstairs and get food from my cabinets in the middle of the night and then come back up and eat them. I was like, okay. As you can see in the back, my bed is completely white and I have gray sheets. At the time, everything was white, okay? I had silk white pillowcases, I had white sheets, a white comforter, everything was white, okay? She goes downstairs and she takes a plum. I need to also mention that I guess in her household it's a type of thing where the guests get to have the bed all to themselves while they sleep on the floor, which honestly, that part didn't bother me. I'm more of a we sleep together because my bed is like a queen size bed, so like why? She gets the plum from downstairs, she comes back in the bed and she starts eating it. I don't remember if she had a napkin or not, but with the fact that bothered me is that she tucked herself in my bed and started eating a plum over my bed. This is what really kicked it off, okay? So then I go to Emma, and back then I wasn't really a confrontational type person. I'm still not. I just had a hard time just telling people no. Now I don't really care about telling people no, but at the time I did have a problem with it. So I go to Emma and I'm just like,
I'm just kind of annoyed right now because Kayla is eating a plum on my bed and I just washed all my covers and my sheets for her before she came, and it's gonna stain my white, it's a plum. It's gonna stain my sheets.
That was just my vent, whatever. It's fine, I'll get over it. 3 days later, she goes home, all hell breaks loose. Just a little disclaimer, after this, like a few weeks pass, suddenly I go on my TikTok and see that Ashley had unfollowed me on everything. So I text her, I'm like, hey, I forgot what she was mad about, but she said something like, I took her off my TikTok first. And I was like, no, I didn't. Like, I genuinely, that really confused me, but whatever. Me and Ashley end up having a falling out over that before me and Kayla's falling out. That one really like blew me, truly. On August 10th, 2020, my whole house was getting moved, switched, rearranged, all of that because we were getting new carpet. So they were pulling up all the carpet from our room, whatever. We had to switch furniture back and forth throughout different rooms. So I decided to take a nap in my mom's room because her room was last for all the carpet switching and I didn't have any furniture in my room at the time. So I take a nap in my mom's bed while she's downstairs. I wake up and I'm blocked by Kayla, Emma, and Ashley with no context. I'm like, what the f what happened? Like, I'm confused. I kind of just went about my day. No one really said anything to me, but I knew something was up because no one was texting me, and we usually like texted each other every day, but I was blocked by them and I was super confused. And then I go in my therapy session group chat, Brooke and Macy, we had always had that group chat. I go into that group chat with just them two. Brooke shows me Kayla's story and it's basically saying like, if you have to look up if someone is toxic, then they probably are. About a week later, Nevaeh texts me asking if I was talking shit about her and names what I said. It was basically like, hey, is it true that you told Kayla that I so and so and so? And I was like, the look of shock on my face, because what she was telling me that I said was all stuff that Kayla said about her. So that's what really blew me, because I was like, oh, this, okay, I see how we're rolling. I see how this is gonna go. Oh wait, I think I got the timeline mixed up. Okay, I think I did say something to her because she had me blocked. So I texted her off my mom's phone. I sent a long ass message, okay? I sent a long message just like, I don't know what I did for you to block me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she sends me a long paragraph saying that I talked shit about her. I talk shit about her all the time, apparently, about the fact that she liked this boy who's not even in this story, but she liked this boy and I was talking about the fact that she liked him and saying that he would never like her back. Stuff like this. Stuff that never came out my mouth, you know? Where'd this Jelani hate train come from? So our parents have an agreement for us to just stop talking about it. Just stop bringing it up. We don't gotta be friends, but that's the end of it. And then Nevaeh texts me asking if I said this about her. Off the bat, I'm like, okay, so this is still talking about me after we agreed not to say to each other, whatever. And then I get on the phone with Kayla. She starts crying to me on the phone. She's crying to me on the phone, talking about how she's sorry and that she felt hurt because I was talking about her. And I'm like, hey, Kayla.
None of that came out my mouth.
Whoever told you that? It never came out my mouth. I don't remember saying any of that. And then I'm telling her, I'm like, it would have been smart to come to me about it if I said something about you, to come to me about it and confront me about it, instead of go back to other people and start spreading, okay? And she was like, oh, well, I'm sorry for that. I just was really hurt, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we don't have to be friends, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Back to the Nevaeh situation. I tell Nevaeh none of it's true, like, at all. That's all stuff Kayla said about you, babe. All of it. And then so basically we get on the phone, right? And it's a Zoom call between me, Nevaeh, and Brooke. And I'm looking at the picture of them on my wall right now. We're like talking about this situation. She's all like, yeah, Kayla added us to this group chat saying like all this stuff that you said about Emma and her relationship, and then all this stuff you said about me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is all shit that Kayla was saying about y'all. So I'm sitting here blown as hell. I'm like, it's really me, Nevaeh, Brooke, and Macy, and then my two other friends that aren't involved in this story at all, just against the world at this point, because our whole friend group just fell apart. I don't know what the hell Ashley blocked me for, but whatever it was probably some shit that Kayla said, because Ashley and Kayla are still like this, and Ashley that was bad. I need to bleep that one out. Ashley is Kayla's minion now. In junior year, like, I started to become friends with all of them back again. And mind you, there's a lot of people who didn't believe her off the bat. They were like, okay. She was always like this. Kayla was a very problematic friend, and she had a lot of bad reviews from a lot of people while I was her friend. But I never switched up on her because I was like, oh, well, she, blah, 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 whatever. A few of them cut me off for a little bit, and then we came back, started being friends again. I ended up telling them the truth. I would find out more stuff that she said that I said. I would debunk it again. They'd be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. We go back to school after quarantine, junior year, whatever. She tells one of the friends that I rekindled with that I was staring at her on the first day of school. Truly, no one wants to stare. One, as I've stated before, I'm a blind ass bitch. This was before I got contacts, and I didn't wear my glasses, so I couldn't see, period. And I definitely didn't want to see you. If I could see, I wouldn't want to see you. So then last year was my senior night. She did a sport, and I did cheer. So we had senior night on the same night, and our parents, because they're still friends to this day, I give her mom a hug. My mom's like, are you guys past this? Like, we should take a picture of you guys for old time's sake. Like, this is so full circle. I took a picture with her, whatever. I mean, it was awkward, but I was just like, hey. But I came up to her and I was all like, happy senior night, whatever, congratulations. And I gave her a hug because I thought we were past this immature shit. And then I go back to class the next week. She was calling me fake for talking to her mom, as if her mom isn't. I'm fake for being respectful to an adult. Last time I posted a video about an ex-friendship, shit went down, okay? Shit went down. I got dragged and put into a group FaceTime. So if she sees this, she's gonna be really, really mad, and she's probably gonna post about me on her close friends. So I don't really care. That's the end of the story. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video. Comment down below what you want to see next. I don't know what my next video is gonna be, honestly. Thank you for all the love that you guys have been giving me on YouTube Shorts. Like, I really do love it. If you're in school right now, happy finals week. I hope you guys pass all your exams and do well and study for that test. Please follow my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at jelanicleveland, and my Twitter at lonniecleveland with 2 Ds right here. I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing week, an even better month. I'll see you next week. Bye. I don't want to get copyrighted. Bye.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying,